What's going on, Spurs fans? Your boy Greg, boy Marshall's. We beat the Lakers so badly. Marshall had to go on the road. This wasn't really a game. There's not much to really talk about, but like we'll get into
Hey,
we'll get into a little bit of some. But yeah, the win. I mean, Lakers sat out everybody pretty much. Then you kind of scared of the Spurs. Didn't want to play us full strength. So it is what it is. The Spurs win 136-108. Looked like a all-star game at some points in the beginning. Wemby scored 25 points in the first. You know, it was 100-point watch was on. Carter Bryant career high. Scary moment for Castle, who went down. Couldn't tell if it was whiplash or his back, but he got X-rays. They're negative, and it looks like a pelvic contusion. So he'll be out possibly tomorrow, and maybe up to the All-Star break. We don't know yet, depending on how the Spurs play this and how he feels. But Marsh, what were your thoughts? What would you think about this game, or what were you know?
um, so it was. I mean, I expected the Spurs to blow the Lakers out like that. Um, First of all, I am happy that Carter Bryant seems to be getting more confidence. Right, he seems to be
Yeah,
more confident in shooting. You know, making some mistakes, attacking the basket. You know, like getting the shot up. And in all honesty, I feel like he's going to be a key piece that we're going to need to win some championships, down the
yeah.
line. So I'm very happy to see that he is looking more confident, doing that. Wemby obviously looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
We didn't know how much he was going to end with. That third quarter was a little sloppy, but he got his 40, and then they finally took him out. And I said, okay, please, because I need him to rest and
Yeah.
not potentially get hurt. You
Especially
know,
after Casa went down, there's no you like, oh, please everybody stay healthy.
yeah, exactly. So, but overall, I mean, Spurs did what they needed to do. Vassell looked pretty solid. Fox had his spots. Yeah, I mean, there's really no complaints for the most part. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really
Yeah, they were
talk
up by
too
40
much.
points at one time. It's hard to really like nitpick. Like it wasn't one of those games where like Lakers hung around like other games we've seen. Like
Yeah.
the Lakers kind of could have made it a game or whatever. It was over for most of the game.
What I will say um, is this is the second team to kind of rest their stars against the Spurs. I mean, Luka has been hurt, so he's been out.
Yeah,
I mean, LeBron doesn't necessarily play back to backs, and I mean, even had he played, I'm pretty sure the Spurs still would have won.
yeah.
And then Reeves, I guess, is still coming back from the injury. So I don't know. It's very interesting why teams, the Lakers, and then the
Okay, see,
Thunder, they rested all their people, which is really
which
crazy.
the league is looking into now.
Right, right.
Not that they do anything, but at least they're making an effort.
Yeah, I mean the Spurs did this against the Heat
Yeah,
back in 20 was it 13, I think. But I mean, even at that, they were still competitive and almost beat the Heat. I mean, the Lakers were nowhere close. I mean, OKC, were they really that close? I mean, I guess maybe at a couple of times, but were they really that close?
yeah, not really. I mean, they put up a
You
good
know?
fight. Don't get me wrong for being down what they were down, but yeah, overall, back-to-back teams kind of rest their players. You can call it just a coincidence, or you could say, hey, going to All-Star break, they want to rest their guys. They really don't really care about the regular season versus the Spurs. OKC has a little bit of ammunition not to rest because they don't like. What's the point, of
Hmm.
them beating us or whatever? Doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. The only thing I really saw that was really interesting in this game is I saw Carter Bryant, not Carter Bryant. They really staggered Steph at point guard more. It was usually it had been Dylan Harper and Steph Castle right off the bat after Foxley.
Hmm.
It was just Steph by himself, and they let him run it, and then they brought in Dylan Harper and they let him run it by himself, and then they brought Fox in. So they really separated Steph Castle at point guard. So it looks like more of their honing in impossibly being a point guard in the future, or I don't know how that's all going to play out with everybody here, but it looks like it was more deliberate this time.
Yeah.
He was the lone ball handler. It was no longer him and Harper together. They gave Harper more reps by himself. So I thought that was pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But that was
I
really the only
feel.
thing that was different about different things,
Hmm.
Sohan's like not even like close to being a rotation. Like, he didn't even he,
Bro, I know
they
we're
put
gonna
Philly
talk.
down.
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson came out with a statement. He said, he's asked to be a disruptor, defensive disruptor. He's gonna not play in the rotation right now, but he's got to stay ready, be a good teammate, and just kind of proved even more he's even further away like than I thought. Like he's not even like Kelly Olynyk's playing over you, so it's pretty much over for the Sohan.
Facts.
I mean, I don't like how people compare Sohan and Carter Bryant. They're totally different archetype of players.
A hundred
So
percent. They're
I
a
don't
hundred
understand.
percent different player. Because Carter Bryant, in all intended purposes, I think at the end of the day, he has a bit of a shot, right? Like he's been
Yeah,
missing them early. He's a rookie, but like you can see the shot mechanics were more there. You know what I
and that was
mean?
his role. That's
Like
his role. 3-and-D player, like corner shooter,
right
3-and-D player. Like that's what he was his role in college. Sohan in college was a ball handler. He was more like it's like comparing Richard Jefferson and Boris Diaw together. Like they're totally different players. Like they're totally different
at
archetype of players.
all. Come on.
So Sohan's like, but he just never developed correctly. And I think the Spurs actually
No.
went in a different direction. Also, I feel like they
Yeah.
they they course corrected on what they wanted to, how they wanted to build this.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, you have some gripes about Sohan not being played or whatever.
yeah. I might cut out here in just a sec.
Okay.
uh, but yeah, Sohan. Well, yeah, I'll let you go ahead and talk because I think.
Okay. Usually Marshall is like to say he would like to see some Sohan minutes here and there, especially if Barnes or whatever is not giving you anything. But it's been pretty clear that they've made it that they're not going to play him whatsoever. They have no interest in no longer having that relationship long term. So it is what
Sorry
it is.
about that,
Carter
y'all.
Bryant will get minutes over him. Um, they'll use whoever player. They'll even probably throw in Kelly Olynyk out there in front of him. So that is pretty much over with.
Like,
It is what it is.
okay, it's like this. It's like this. I'll put it to y'all like this. There is such a thing as misusing players, right?
Yeah.
And I have always said from day one, and Greg can tell y'all this for those of you who are new or newer to the channel, have not watched. I've always wanted a Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren was the guy I thought the Spurs should have drafted in that draft. I stand by that. I don't care what anybody has to have said. Anybody said to me in the past, "Oh, so on, he's this, he's the." I said Jalen Duren is going to be the better player, and I've stuck by that. Now,
Yeah.
having said that, I will say that Sohan has developed. Like I can't summarily dismiss and say that the guy hasn't developed because he has. Is he the shooter that we need? No, but defensively he's a dog. Um, at times with between him and Wimby, they developed a chemistry where he was cutting and he was getting a lot of his points. Like I remember he was getting
Yeah.
16 to 18 points and it looked pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
So, having said all that, um, you're trying to run him at a point guard, which to me was a waste. Like you did that with DeMar because you wanted him to be whatever, fine. And then you wanted Sohan to be a point guard, which I said makes no sense. And then you put him at center when he's 6'8", 6'9", and he's not that type of archetype. And then
But
you
he
got
did good
people
though
saying
at
he's
center.
trash.
To be fair, a lot of people
Yeah, he did
offensively he
okay.
did really good. He was one of the better screen rollers in the league. So he did
Yeah,
well
yeah,
at center.
offensively screen and roll. Yeah, offensively, but him trying to guard the
Oh,
bigger,
defensively, yeah, it wasn't.
guys defensively, that just makes him look bad. And to me, it's like, okay, though I didn't want him, I have to be fair, and I feel like the Spurs they misused him bad. Like
Yeah.
you could have put him in another role to where I think he would have been more beneficial and his value would have gone up. If you would have wanted to trade him after that, so be it. But you have diminished his trade so bad. Like it's to the point of where we're looking at him like a Jonathan Kaminga of how bad you diminished
Yeah.
his value, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily fair. And if you're not going to trade him, now you're not even using him. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any damn sense to me. Really,
Yeah, it
really
was a little
doesn't.
weird because, like, okay, I understand, like, okay, you're gonna grab him and try to turn it into this Boris Diaw kind of point forward. They can run the offense sometimes, set the offense up, facilitate to the, Wimby and Duncan and Boris had a great relationship. Boris
Mhm.
could make plays for everybody. It just Sohan never had the IQ. It really was able to do it. You saw Boris Diaw at center. Sometimes you saw Boris Diaw at point guard. You saw Boris Diaw at uh at power forward. So I understood what the vision was, but it was always weird that like you never tried to get a wing like Kawhi was. Like we've always said that. Like why don't you ever invest in getting a wing? I know they tried to get Patrick Williams in the Devin Vassell draft. They tried to get Bilal at one point. But so they finally get Carter Bryant, but it's like it's already like you didn't play him with it was just like a weird overall setup for Sohan, and he did well at center. Like a lot of people, he couldn't guard centers, and that's why they needed some kind of hybrid. They just didn't have the right pieces around him either, and it was just like a really waste of I mean, once you see that he doesn't have the IQ to do the things you want him to do, I guess you can kind of say, okay, well, we'll just find another way or find another player, or because we have so many draft picks and stuff. But it's just like it's all different because Champagne is theoretically supposed to be Danny Green. You're supposed to have Boris Diaw, and you just never drafted a Kawhi until kind of Carter Bryant a little bit ish. He's more of like a Richard Jefferson, Sean Elliott athletic wing than Kawhi was.
Yeah,
Kawhi was never athletic like that. He was more of a like he had the hands and the arm length and the recovery time to get back into plays, and that was. He also had really good backline coverage to let him ability to get him back into the play. So needless to
yeah.
say, it just was a whole weird era, but it looks like they're coming out of it with a second seed. Probably gonna. You think we catch them? You think we end up being the first seed
No,
at some point?
no, I do not.
Okay.
I think the Thunder get healthy, and they really start to make a run. Like I feel we'll probably get to within a game, and that's about it. We'll probably finish 3 to 4 games back of the Thunder for the second seed.
Okay. So
Yeah. What do you think?
I think we catch them.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
I think
So what? Why do you think we're gonna catch them?
3.5 games back. I feel like they're not really taking this really serious. I mean, they've got Jared McCain down, but yeah, I could see like it's nitpicky, right? Like I think like you say, it could be within a game and a half either way. So
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a point where we do get within a game and a game and a half, but with the Spurs and what I have seen from them, like they'll get close, but
yeah,
when SGA comes back, Jalen Williams is already back, so they're already starting to get healthy. We
yeah,
just had Castle go out, right? So I think there's going to be at some points where we'll probably lose a couple games and they'll probably win some games. And we're like, damn, we won those games, we would have been right up there with them. But I don't think anybody's going to catch the Spurs. But I just don't think the Spurs are going to be able to catch OKC.
yeah. Denver another. Peyton Watson went out, so now Houston and them are battling for the
Yeah,
third, fourth seed.
but
They're like what is that 4.5 game? No, 3.5 games back behind us.
I think
So
so.
we're starting
Yeah,
to build a little cushion between them. It looks like we might settle in that second seed at the least, at the worst, barring health
yeah,
and everything. So
yeah. What you call it? You had oh, the Lakers were actually on a win streak until they lost to the Thunder and then lost to the Spurs. So now they've
yeah,
lost a couple. Luka's been hurt, but they're actually looking pretty good. Um, Houston, like you said, they really didn't make any big trades.
no,
Minnesota, They got Io, but I don't know if that's
That's a
really
good
going to
pickup.
help them.
That's a really good pickup.
It is a good pickup, but is it really going to help them in the long run? I mean, I get to get Conley back. I don't know if that's going to help them.
No, it's gonna help them a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna help. They had no point guard whatsoever, and then defensively, the reason why Mike Conley was so good for them because he played a two-way player, and so now you got two-way player in Sumo. They needed more points too, like so they got some more points, defense. So it's definitely gonna help them. I don't think it puts them into contendership because I
Well,
think
that's what
they
I'm saying.
probably. I think they're missing two players on the bench next to, but it does help the rotations a little bit because Dante DiVincenzo, a former six-man candidate, gets to go back to the bench. You got Nas Reed back there too. Um, Bones Highland's been playing pretty well. You got Mike Conley back there too.
Yeah.
I just don't
Hey,
think there's
didn't Bones get no, that was Dillingham that got traded. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Dillingham is now in Chicago.
Mm.
So they got deeper. They got better. I mean, Sumo can shoot too, so they kind of fix in with them with their floor spacing they need for Ant to go to work. We'll see how it all blends together. Like I think if Terrence Shannon Jr. had hit for them and was kind of like their Keldon, and they had more offensive from their backup center, I think they would have been really deadly. But it's just
I
like
agree with you.
every team has their weaknesses, right? Not every. I mean, even the Spurs, you're like, they're missing a couple pieces, like every other team. But they're all going to battle. That's why I think this is going to be a fun playoffs because I think every team has a weakness. Every team styles make fights. You always say that about UFC sports in general. So we'll see how the Spurs do. I think they have Marshall left. I think the Spurs have a bunch of as puncher's chances possible. I think we'll see how this all unfolds. We'll talk about All Star in a little bit, but yeah, I think the Spurs definitely have a chance in the playoffs. To if everything clicks, like if Harrison Barnes wakes up a little bit, Carter Bryant plays well. Obviously, Vassell and Keldon have been playing well. Castle's taking the last three games. Castle has been taking off and getting back on track. Harper's shown life again. So the Spurs, they have some clinks to warm out, but I think they have a fighting chance with whoever. So it's going to be super fun to playoffs. I can't wait. We're game 52. We got 30 more games left. All-Star breaks coming up. I think we'll talk about a lot of discussion about the Spurs should have got another All-Star in, and who that should have been. A lot of people are pushing for Castle. I don't really understand that. I mean, the last three games he's been really impressive. So, Marshall's back, locked and loaded.
Yo.
I was just talking about the All-Star game and how Steph Curry got out, and everybody's pretty much up in arms that the Spurs didn't get another player in, considering they're their second seed.
Yo. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Let me get out of here so I can talk. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay, the Spurs getting another All-Star. Why?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the question: why? Who deserved to be another All-Star from the Spurs in the game?
That's fair. That's a fair take because you like on the season, Fox has the higher point percentage than at 19 something, and then
Castle's like 19.8 or 9 or something like that.
Castle's like at 17.5 right now. Even though he had last three games, 17.5 is like role player, like really good, which he's been. He's been a great role player.
Sure.
Like, I think I think people get confused about the flashes. Like the flashes are good, and it definitely shows that he probably has a higher upside than we probably give him credit for. But it also shows like you have to also put the whole season in contextual. He's been a great defender. He's been great off efficiency wise. He fixed some things efficiently in finishing. Catch and shoots has gotten a little better. His mid-range game is starting to show a little bit more. So his efficiency has gone up. So he's been a very good high-end role player at this point. He just hasn't taken that, and it's fine. This is his second season. This is the most you can expect from really a player, like unless he's like transcendent. So year 3 season, maybe he breaks out like a lot of the stars break out in year 3. That's possible for sure. But it's just like at this point, you got to contextualize his season as a whole.
Yeah, Gil said he was talking on Gil Arenas' show It was just him. Said he spoke with Castle's trainer, and his trainer said we worked on his mid range during the summer, so he had to go. The Castle's trainer had to go back to San Antonio like maybe 48 hours before he had that 40 ball, and he said they had to kind of reawaken that mid range game that Castle has to be like, yo, like you started off good, you did what you did, but then you went back to some old bad habits, and now you reawoken, that MIDI that you have. But the Spurs have very good role players outside of Wemby. I mean, we're talking besides Wemby, you got another 5 or 6 players that are averaging in double figures. If I'm not mistaken,
Keldon's 6th man of the year candidate. I think he's averaging, got to be averaging over 11 or more.
I think Keldon is averaging.
Champagne's had a great role player season. Devin Vassell has before the injury, and then now he's coming back from the injury. So we'll see how he ramps up from there. But he's been solid on both ends of the court. Luke Cornett's been a defensive stopper for sure. So, but it was just interesting because a lot of people I was thinking about like Devin Vassell's season when he was the number 2, and I was like even better than Castle's statistically. Not impact wise. I think Castle had a way better impact than Vassell that season. But so it was interesting that they're pushing for the even the Spurs media is pushing for him for All-Star. I'm like,
so okay, Fox is averaging 19 and a half. Castle's 17.1, Vassell's 14.4, Keldon 13 and a half, Champagne 11.4, Harper 10.7, Barnes 10.6, right?
Yeah. Typical Spurs, like they all spread out their points. Like that's why we never have multiple All-Stars, just because everybody kind of groups together.
Yeah, Wemby's 23.9, just under 24. So if you're gonna make the case, right, for another Spurs All-Star, okay, let's go to a guy who I didn't think deserved to be an All-Star. He is, because he's one of the best defenders in the league. By the numbers, Chet Holmgren is averaging 17.6.
Yeah.
Right? Rebounding wise, he's only averaging 8.7. Okay. 17.6. And Jalen Williams is right under him, 17.1. But Chet is like the number 3 best defender in the league. Right? So that's why he's going to get some credence for being, an All-Star team. And he's on the number 1 team, right? If Castle were one of the best defenders in the league, averaging what he's averaging, turnovers are a little bit down, I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the nod for being an All-Star. Like if Castle was like top 3 for defensive stats, they would have voted him in.
To be fair,
he is pretty high. Yeah, he is 5, but he's not top 5. And I feel like that's the only way you were probably going to get in, unless he's averaging like 22 a game, or 23 a game. Like if Fox were averaging 22 or 23 a game, I would have been like, he deserves to be in. Yeah, fact. But no other Spur is averaging over
19.
So you're not going to get in.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
Especially when there's some name recognition too. Like, Fox still has a name, but like, he hasn't like shown up and had big games where you're like, oh, okay, I remember Fox, who Fox is. And like it just Brandon Ingram, who got in, just has a bigger name, like a big, sexier name.
Yeah.
He's probably Brandon Ingram's probably what, getting 22, 23, something like that, somewhere in that range, anyways.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram, I believe, is averaging 22 a game.
Yeah, so it's just that magical kind of number and the name recognition, really.
It's crazy that he didn't get in over Scotty Barnes. He's only averaging 19.4, but he's averaging 8.4 rebounds and 5.6 assists as Scotty Barnes. But
yeah, that's kind of more of the you've seen the impact metrics and all the stats kind of play into everything. It's Scotty Barnes is looked as this high impactful, just kind of like Chet, this high impactful, like I don't want to call him role player, but like big accessory piece to winning. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. They're rising stars, Castle and Harper and Bryant. I think Bryant's a rising star, isn't he? Or he's in a dunk contest.
Yeah, he's in the dunk contest. I think he's maybe in the skills challenge now. I'm not sure. I think it's just
See,
for sure the dunk contest.
I know Harper and the Harper family, Ron Harper Sr.,
Oh
Ron
yeah,
Harper
yeah, yeah. That's
Jr.,
what it is. That's what it is. The Harpers.
and Dylan Harper are in the, I guess it's the skills challenge.
Yeah, it's the 3.
So
yeah, so
yeah. So
we'll see them all at the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
In some
Absolutely.
capacity.
Absolutely. But yeah, for me, I the thing for me with Castle that really would have made him an all-star, like he gotta take those turnovers. He's averaging 3.5 turnovers a game.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I mean, it's kind of fine for how much usage he gets, because you see the top turnover guys like Luka, Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
Those guys are gonna have high turnovers, a high turnover rate. I just think it's the points thing. I think it's just like if he wouldn't have gone through a slump and he'd been like, because he's averaging like 24 a game his last 3 games. If he would have settled in with over 20 points a game and like that, I think he would have made it for sure and had like that. And then to have that 40-point game at the right time too.
Yeah.
I think that would have got him over the hump and got him in. But
I feel like if he would have had this high usage and would have been around like 1.6 turnovers a game, I think you could have had a case with him being at 17.1.
Like how many turnovers does O'Shea have?
Shea has 2.1.
Yeah, so
which is less.
Yeah, so you have 1 turnover difference between them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Castle does have to work on turnovers. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is right now. I mean, they're egregious, and when people point them out, it's even more egregious. I think that amps it up, but he's definitely gotten a little bit better for sure.
Yeah,
in that department, and we'll see how that all plays out. Because if they're going to put him at point guard, kind of, I don't know what the point of Fox and Harper is long term.
Like, well, Harper for sure long term if you can get him off the bench, but Fox for sure, no. You're gonna have to probably get off of him in the next couple of years. It's probably gonna happen.
Because what's happening, a lot of people don't recognize is like all the plays that are ran for Fox should be ran for Vassell. All the curls into the mid range, all the catch and shoot plays, all the flare screens, all the secondary ball handling with pick and roll with Wimby, because we saw it when Vassell was the second option, how deadly that pick and roll was, and numbers wise. So all those plays that are run for Fox is better run for Vassell. And so it's a trickle down effect of like everybody's kind of being disjointed. Like you're turning Vassell into kind of like Lonnie Walker, where he's just really using his gravity to open up plays. Like Fox is open to gravity with his scoring gravity. Wimby has his gravity. Vassell has his ability, but I think everybody's just used kind of wrong. Like it just doesn't fit completely correctly, right? You know, and even though we are the second seed and it's hard to argue success, it's still like you can still see that. Like I still see the clunkiness and what shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting how they figure all this out going forward.
Facts. What was I gonna say? I was listening to a shout out to Clan, the Spurs fan. I'm gonna give you a shout out, though you don't need one. Listening to him the other day, and there was a stats based on where current players are with their contracts, whether they're overpaid or underpaid. I forget what the site was, but they said Castle, something like that. I have to go back and listen. But Castle was right around what he's making right now. Harper was underpaid. I think Fox was slightly overpaid. Obviously, Wemby was underpaid. Champagne was underpaid. You know what I mean? So looking at that and going on by the numbers and everything that we've seen, I mean, that kind of, that's probably also a reason why Castle didn't get into the All-Star game.
You think the contract numbers have something to do with it?
I think so. If you're looking at the advanced analytics, because if we're seeing that, that voters, they're all looking at that stuff, man. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're all looking at that stuff. So that has something to do with it too. Like if he was exceeding his playing, for that contract, like he was being lowballed, I feel like they'd be like, yeah, but then I would also mean his numbers were probably higher, his scoring was higher, his turnovers were lower, and he was higher on the charts for defensively. So
Yeah, I would have to disagree with that notion. I would understand. I agree with like the overall stats because I looked at the some of these advanced stats at the like. There's no advanced stats that the executives and really like the spur that the fans and they have access to. Right, we have the best one. I think I forgot what it's called. The best one that everybody kind of points to shows Castle's like he's probably like a little slightly above average offensively. Like he's a decent offensive player in that metrics, but his defense is super like 90th percentile, like 95 percentile. Like that's what raises his overall impact so high. So all the impact metrics probably have him of his defense, and that's what it's showing. So I can understand like you're. Oh,
there we go.
we're back. Okay. I was gonna say that the overall metrics that people that they use that site for, like it'll show the tiers and how far Castle is compared to the rest. And I think that could come into play. I think executives you do probably could use that and say, like, oh well, look, he's a 0.5, when the 0.5 offensive rating and the offensive rating for like star players are like 2.2, 2.3 and up, like all the way up to probably Jokic is probably the top offensive rating in the 12 or something, like 11. Halliburton's up there, like all those guys, their offensive rating is so high. So I can understand that being, I don't know about that contract being like if he's necessarily like overpaid or underpaid at the point.
Yeah.
But definitely an interesting topic for sure. Shaq, I think it was Shaq, right? He said the Spurs are the biggest. They're going to beat the OKC Thunder. He said, and they're their biggest rivals. And I think a lot of people have said that. The Boogie Cousins have said that. Come out and said that. I think the Spurs. I mean, that's what we all think, right? Like I don't like if that happens. Like I feel pretty good going against the Thunder. To be honest with you, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really fear them as a team.
No, I don't either.
Especially the way we can guard Shea, and then Chet just pisses his pants against Wemby. Like there's like a horrible like he just does nothing. Like he's just completely scared or something. Like he just completely shits his pants, and Wemby takes it personal.
Yep, and me personally, I'm not afraid of Jalen Williams, bro. I'm not afraid of J-Dub. He can't shoot to me. Like the only way he's going to beat you is if he's able to get to the rim. But other than that, you got to worry about him beating you shooting wise. Like, okay, I'll take that. But
and they did improve their bench scoring theoretically with Jared McCain, which is good because they needed to. But overall, just not fear them.
And Isaiah Joe, if he gets open, he can get hitting shots. But like, if you're telling me the Thunder beat the Spurs because Lou Dort went 5 of like 6 or something like that, I'd be like, okay, I'll take that because I'm not afraid of Lou Dort hitting 3-pointers like that. He's gotten better, but like,
I'm scared of him. Yeah, I'm scared of him, but yeah,
I'm not shooting wise, man.
He always
sure.
He always hits open shots for us. So I don't know why it happens, but but I'll take it. I'll definitely you take away the stars and you let the role players beat you. That's pretty much a lot of people.
SGA is going to be SGA. You're not going to stop SGA. Like we know this. We're not going to stop SGA because he's either going to get to the free throw line or he's going to hit the midi and he's going to get somewhere in between 25 and 30 points. Like it's just going to happen. Yeah. But as long as J-Dub don't go over like 20 plus and Chet doesn't go over 20 plus, we're fine.
Like, no one else really shows up. Like Aaron Wiggins can show up. He's probably a guy that can pop off, but like
Mitchell was cooking one of them games.
Yeah, Mitchell can go off. Caruso usually shows up in big games, like
he has his moments.
But like other than that, I really don't fear any of their other role players.
Kaysen has played better against other teams. He doesn't play well.
Yeah, he doesn't play well.
It's interesting. It's very interesting on that.
Hartenstein.
You know who actually somebody who does show up against the Spurs that they need to use more is actually Kendrick Williams. Williams actually gives the Spurs a little bit of trouble. It's kind of funny. I don't know why, but yeah.
if Jalen Williams, the center, hits some threes, like he can become a little
Yeah,
bit of a problem. But it's like
yeah,
you live with the role players making shots, like, and you just put pressure on
yeah,
them off. And you see what Indiana did to them. Just put
yeah.
offensive pressure on them, and they kind of cracked.
Uh-huh.
Like their defense couldn't hold up, and they really didn't have the
Uh-huh.
offense to go band for band with them.
Yep.
I mean, they kind of did. I mean, let me take that back. They did go 7 games, but
Yeah, I
they
mean, this year,
they
look
should
at
have won.
this year that they played. You had Indiana take the Thunder, like they gave them a hard challenge. They beat them one time and took them to overtime the other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they, put that pressure on them boys.
Yeah. So overall, yeah, I think we're the biggest. Like, I still have us over the Thunder, me
Mhm,
personally.
mhm.
But we're definitely like we solidified being in the conversation with the Thunder. For a
Sure.
lot of people beforehand, they were like, "We're nowhere close. We're not this," and then we played them. We beat the crap out of them. They got us back a little bit, but overall, you see that we can compete with them. So I think we can compete with it.
Absolutely.
I think we compete with anybody. It's just going to come
Yeah.
down
The,
to who shows
the
up.
the two teams that give me the most cause of concern are the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns. Them two.
Yeah,
After that, yeah, Houston a little bit. If they're just hitting their shots and like you can't do nothing about it, okay, fine. And then Denver, obviously Jokic is Jokic, you know what I mean.
yeah,
But like they're secondary, that gets me concerned. But Minnesota and Phoenix are my biggest concerns, 100%, because Golden State's no more. They Curry in and out. They were hurt. Jimmy Butler's gone. I'm not really worried about them.
yeah. I think Ant-Man's always a problem. He can always shows up in big games. He can go off, and then Julius Randle's the type of big they can. He's mobile enough. He's small enough, and he's quick enough to and powerful enough to like deter Wimby and make it
Uh-huh.
tough on him at times. So
Uh-huh.
and get into him and move around with him. So that's an interesting matchup. Now they got Ayo Sumo. So
Uh-huh.
that's going to be a good matchup. And then Phoenix Suns, they just shoot the ball really well. What they do really well too is they don't catch the ball and then just stop. They're always on the
Uh-huh.
run. They're always running
Yep.
downhill. They're getting and our guys are like trying to figure out how to cover all that, and then they're just spraying three
Yeah.
at the same time. So that
Yeah.
definitely will give us trouble in their
Between
defense.
that and then Mark Williams is also wreaking some havoc inside.
Yeah. So
Uh,
those are two interesting teams that the Spurs will possibly, and then the Denver Nuggets if they ever get healthy. The experience, Jokic, everything will
yeah.
be hard to handle. So, but I'm
Right.
super excited about this playoffs, man. I'm super excited.
Mhm.
I can't wait to get it on right now.
Mhm.
Pause. But anything else? All Star? Anything around the league? Anything about the Spurs? I mean, what's the next 5 games again?
Let's look. Shout out Castle for getting that 40 ball. That was amazing. When he hit that 40th point, I got out of my seat. I was like, ah.
Yeah, it was definitely a good game a great game. I mean, it was a historic game. You saw how the history goes. As
Yep,
long as Wemby's 25 points, obviously, and the quarter was
absolutely.
amazing. Golden State, Steph Curry's hurt, so
Yeah, I was gonna play Golden State tomorrow night. Should win that. Then we have
then we got Phoenix. Let's
yep,
go. Oh,
yep. We got the
nice little
Phoenix.
run. Phoenix and Detroit.
Yeah. Okay. So Detroit, we played Detroit, I believe,
What
like
did Beef
two
get?
times in like 2 weeks. I don't know what they're going to be now, in all honesty, because Beef Stew's probably going to be gone for a bunch of games, right?
You got suspended today. I
Uh,
don't remember what it was for though. How
I
many
don't, I
games?
don't, I don't remember. I'll have to look. Duran probably going to get a couple of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
kind of took
without
the
Beef
wind.
Stew, go ahead.
No, I said it kind of took the stales out of what happened.
Yeah. Depending on I got to see how many games Beef Stew got suspended for. Um,
Trying to look it up. It's not, I know I saw it flash on Twitter.
let me see.
Hopefully, it's not a
Uh,
lot.
okay, 10 games.
Okay, 10 games. So he'll be out for the our games.
Yeah, that kind of
Um,
sucks.
yeah, it'd be fun to see the two teams that were kind of battling for last place for the last couple of years and worried about the streak, how long the losing streak would go on for us.
Yeah.
I always want to play teams full strength. It also tests
Two,
tests your
5,
iron sharpens
6,
iron. So
7, 8, 9. Damn, he gonna be out for both the games against the Spurs.
yeah.
Ah, that sucks. Okay, well, is he gonna be out for both of the? He's gonna be out for. He's gonna be out for the first Thunder. Is he gonna be out for both the Thunder games? No, he'll be back for the second Thunder game. So okay, yeah.
We won't have to worry about Detroit until the finals if we get there.
Yeah, but
if they're there
I definitely want to see how the Spurs are able to match up with them because Detroit's
Super
a physical team.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very interesting. So Warriors, Suns, Kings, Pistons, Raptors. Raptors could be interesting because they're going to want payback from the first game where they felt like they probably could have gotten us.
They got punked.
Yeah, and they've gotten better.
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun game. That's a little stretch. I mean, obviously we get the All-Star break after the Warriors game, right?
Yeah.
So
that's the Warriors game. It's coming up, right? Can't remember.
Tomorrow. Yep. Warriors game. Then we have the All-Star break, and then right back with the Suns, the Kings, the Pistons, and then we got the Raptors, and then the Nets on my birthday.
There we go. Birthday game, Nets. So we'll see.
What do you think?
Prediction. Let's see. Beat the Warriors, obviously.
Yep.
Phoenix. Whew. Where is it at? Is it at? No, it's
San Antonio.
I think we get that one. Sacramento's a mess. Detroit's undermanned.
Toronto in Detroit, though.
Yeah, I still don't believe. I mean, they're not fully healthy. This is unfair for them.
We'll see,
I think we win the next five.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3-2.
Okay. Phoenix and what?
I'm gonna go Phoenix and probably Detroit.
Okay.
I think we beat the Raptors.
And let us know what your predictions are. You can just leave a comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But drop your predictions next 5 games. We have a 3-2 and we have a 5-0.
The Phoenix Suns.
Devin Booker.
Booker.
What we next?
The nachos out in Phoenix is so bad. Instead of putting jalapenos, they put pickles on.
Trying to think anything Spurs related you want to talk about left. Let's see. Really
no trades.
Yeah, no trades. Couldn't get anything done. Didn't want to lock up any money long term because they've got to resign some guys. They've got to go after a big target if they want to. Get in that prediction. They got. I think at the very least, even if Carter, I think the 2 positions we talked about this over and over again was upgrading from Harrison Barnes, upgrading from Kelly Olynyk. 4-5, they can play center. I don't want to see Keldon at the center anymore in emergency situations. I really don't want to see him at the 4 either, even though he does a good job. But I'd rather have a bigger body that can play that 4-5. And then Carter Bryant can take over.
Well.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of cooking. He's kind of cooking in Dallas.
Yeah, he does good. Purposes. He's going to be good. He's going to be good for them in the backup role. I guess they're going to get rid of Gafford. I think they're going to trade off of Gafford. Probably, or maybe depending on what Lively does too. Like you can
that too.
Yeah, so good
pick up. He's got an expiring deal, so I don't know what. I honestly don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, so
it is what it is.
Yeah, those are the 2 positions. Maybe they did dress in the draft. Maybe they trade for it. I don't really know. We'll see what happens in the offseason after this playoff run. But anything around the league?
Let's go.
Let's see. I need to get the right sounds. That'd be great.
Checking in. Checking in around the league with Spurs versus everybody.
All right, Marsh, what's on your mind?
Shit, let's talk about the Raw, man.
Okay. There we go.
Epic.
There we go.
4 players were ejected. There was a hard foul on Diabate on Jalen Duren in the Pistons-Hornets game. Pistons were up at that point 70-62. It's in Charlotte. Diabate got it looked like Diabate got in Duran's face.
He went for
More.
like
It
a
didn't look like
semi headbutt, like almost like try to go for like
yeah,
the I'm the alpha head on head
yeah,
action. Pause.
yeah. And Duran ain't and Duran ain't no punk, obviously.
Yeah, that
So
dude's
he,
been adult since like 8th grade. That guy has looked like a huge human being since 8th grade. So
that's what I'm saying. So and then Miles Bridges tried to throw a punch, and then he was hot trying to go back after him. And then Beef Stew got off the bench.
yeah, boost too.
Beef Stew got off the bench, and he and walking to the locker room, he said, "Shoots, if I don't get off the bench and tech my team and say what the fuck I get drafted for in Detroit for."
Exactly. You need one of those enforcer guys. You need to enforce a guy that everybody's scared of that's gonna not take shit from anybody. And Beef Stew's that guy. Beef Stew, we've seen him rage out plenty of times already now.
Oh yeah.
And go at it. Unfortunately, it cost him 10 games and it's cost Detroit some wins, but
no,
it doesn't really matter as long as you get to the playoffs.
Yeah. But they ended the Hornets win streak.
They had a 9?
Hornets. Yeah.
They make it to 9, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hornets, I mean, they look pretty damn good. They should make the play in and could end up surprising some people if they get past and make the playoffs. So I'd be careful.
Not too far away from contending. Just got to make the right trade and put this thing together. But yeah, not too far from contending in my eyes. But they stay healthy too. Yeah.
Wait, this could end up being a first round matchup. Hornets Pistons.
Oh yeah, for sure. That'd be great, especially with this history now.
Mm-hmm.
Be great. I'd like to see that.
Cool.
Hopefully,
we'll have to see.
I hate Miles Bridges, so I hope he gets knocked out.
Yeah. The Clippers traded Harden to the Cavs. Harden already making his impact felt with the Cavs with hitting that tying 3-pointer where it honestly should have been and one because he definitely got taken out by Hardaway. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, they didn't call it for some reason.
Yeah, and then you had Mitchell hit the 2 go-ahead free throws. So the Cavs, I feel like the Cavs are going to make a little bit of a move towards the end of the season to get up in that top 3, potentially.
Yeah. Jared Allen's going to be unlocked a little more.
Yep.
They're waiting for Mobley to come back.
Yep.
So they should be a fun team. I mean, you got to go all in. You got to go ahead and make the move. And they did it.
Jalen Tyson
gonna have to show
he
up
looks
big
pretty
for them.
good. Yep.
No Hunter now.
Yeah, he went to purgatory. So, but yeah, I think the Cavs make a little bit of a move. The Rockets are now in 3rd.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. I mean, they've been, I guess you could say they're playing better.
Yeah, they still struggle with not having Fred VanVleet. Once Fred was done, it was pretty much over. Unless what's his name stepped up big time.
Reed.
Reed Shepherd would have to step up really big. But
yeah,
if they had Fred, it'd be a totally different story. I think you'd feel a little bit more better about their team. But it's just discombobulated right now. It's just like they're putting a center on Amen Thompson now.
Yeah,
that's really making it tough for them. Kate Sengun, Ime got pissed, and I think he hates Sengun because Ime comes from the Spurs tree where your centers are the most important part of your defense, and they guard the rim. And Sengun has gotten better defensively, but he can still get taken advantage of.
Yeah, them losing Steven Adams really hurt.
Yeah, that one sucked. Yeah,
and Capella's not as young as he used to be. Obviously, he's lost that athleticism, so can't really play them together. So that kind of hurt. But I think they're going to be competitive. Man, one thing I want to talk about real quick. It's going to be short. Why the hell is Damian Lillard in the 3-point contest?
Yeah, it's super weird, right?
Why the hell is Damian Lillard in the 3-point contest? He has not played a single game this whole season. I get he's won 2 times. There's no reason for him to be in this 3-point contest.
What do you think? Is that him? Is that him going to Silver, or is that Silver going like, hey, we just need a name, or what is that?
I don't know, bro. But it reeks on both. That makes absolutely no sense. Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players. He is one of my favorite players.
Same time.
You should not be in. You should not be in the dunk contest, bro. Dunk contest. The 3-point. You should not be in the 3-point contest at all.
Yeah, if you're not
That-
playing, like it's like
You're not playing at all. Like, what are
how does
we
that even
doing
happen?
here? And what are
That
we
was the
doing?
most.
Like, let me just say this:
Mhm.
if Damian Lillard comes out and he wins the 3-point contest, I'm not gonna watch that junk no more because I'm gonna be like, what's the point? Anybody can just come out there and you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? You're trying to illegitimize. There we go. Illegitimize the 3-point contest.
I had
Like,
no
yeah,
idea how to say it. So I was like, please figure it out.
illegitimize. Yeah, illegitimize. Yeah. The dunk contest is already a mess,
Yeah.
as we see. Because it's hit or miss. It's like you get one good dunk contest like every 10 years.
Yeah. I think what Jace Richardson probably has the best because he's the smallest competitor. Jackson Hayes is a center. I mean, Jackson Hayes some bounce. I mean, sneakily they all is a very bouncy class.
Yeah,
Jackson
but
Hayes,
are they going to be able to be
Bryant.
creative?
Yeah.
Because you got Jackson Hayes, Jace Richardson, Carter Bryant. I forget who the fourth is.
The guy from Rashad Johnson from the Heat.
Yeah, I don't really know much about him.
Yeah, he was someone I like. He's like athletic Dorian Finney-Smith. He's like a 40-inch plus vertical.
Okay.
Very athletic guy.
Okay.
More of like a power kind of guy.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see what that looks like. I don't know. The skills challenge, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you know.
Go Harper.
Yeah. The All-Star game is a mess. Like, was this World versus USA when you already have Luka's probably going to, I think Luka's out for it, right? Freaking who else? Who's out? Who else is out for it?
Steph just got replaced.
Steph just got hurt. He's gonna be out. Shay's gonna be out for it. I mean, it just
not a good year for the All-Star game. Maybe want to be the downer, one of the down years.
It's whatever, man. I think they need to damn well do away with the game, bro.
Yeah, it's getting to that point, man. It's getting to that point where it's like you gotta have a little consistent product. You can't just be like once every like 4 or 5 years, be like, oh, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because it used to be, just used to be so fun.
That's when guys weren't worried about the money so much.
And rightfully, I mean, you can't really blame them,
Yeah. But there were less injuries too. I feel like back then, all the stars and stuff seemed to stay healthier,
Yeah.
So I don't know. But other than that, man, I'm just ready for the second half of the season, and
let's get it on.
Get a dub tomorrow against the Warriors and keep it pushing.
Same. I can't wait for the playoffs start.
Because we have not beat them at one time this year.
Yeah, Steph goes off. They start doing all their moving around stuff. We get confused defensively what to do. So luckily Steph won't be there, so should be a nice little easy game. Hopefully. But yeah, man, it's been a great show. Sorry it's late, and everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Spurs versus everybody. All social media.
Better late than never.
Marshall, where can people find you?
You can find me in the club. Marshall Best is like Marshall Best 14 or something like that on Twitter, and IG Cool Best M2, and yeah.
There we go. Thank you for coming out. Got y'all next time. Peace.